And welcome back to LL Sports TV. I am Laurie, I am your host, and I'm here with the big man.
Yes.
Big Quams.
Well, upstairs, have I been promoted, Laurie? I've been promoted. I can't believe it. the air is different up here. Is this what it's like, yeah?
Hey, man, we've got to provide suitable surroundings.
Hey, I appreciate it.
Like
I appreciate it.
No, it's good to talk to you. Therapy almost.
Oh, man, yeah, I needed it. I couldn't sleep at night, Laurie. I couldn't. I was tossing and turning. I thought it was a nightmare. Newcastle, they beat Arsenal? Is that actually true?
3 times this season. 3 times. We played them 3 times.
Yeah.
They've beaten us 3 times. In fact, we've not scored a goal against them. They beat us 1-0 at their place, and they beat 2-0 at our place in the first leg of the Carabao Cup.
Clean
and, of
sweep.
course, they've now beaten us again.
That's a clean sweep, man.
And the manner of the defeat, let's be honest, was very disappointing.
Yeah, it was.
We didn't lay a glove on them, really, did we? I mean, apart from that shot that Odegaard had in the first half, which, you know, I thought he should have done much better with.
You know what I said, just quickly on that? I said, when I looked at it, you remember that Ozil moment, the Champions League, that famous goal he scored where he dummied it, he chopped in, he chopped left. And I thought, I know he must have saw, was it Botman or Shah coming across, chopping on your right, he would have slid across and then you could have just literally have just tucked it in with his left foot, his stronger foot. But in that moment, you just react, and I guess it wasn't the best strike, but yeah, that was the turning point for us.
Yeah, I was going to say that could have been a pivotal moment because, of course, he misses that, and then within about a minute, they go up the other end and they score. The second goal as well was awful. David Raya, who, let's be honest, has been exemplary.
He's been fantastic this
season, but that was poor what he did there, man. Declan Rice getting closed down, he's got his back to the defender. A weak pass, he gets dispossessed.
Usually, Rice is the one that does that. He done it at Man City where he closes men down. Yeah. So it was so strange. It was literally like Twilight Zone. Yeah. And I'm watching the players making these mistakes that I've never seen. You know, so it was disappointing.
And right from the off, innit? We just couldn't get going. We kept making mistakes. William Saliba, who's one of my favourite Arsenal players, he's had a fantastic season.
Yeah.
Actually, maybe not as fantastic as the previous season, but you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He's been top class for us.
Yeah.
Yesterday, man, I don't know if Isaac spooked him or what, man, but he was not at it, bro.
He have these strikers. You know, when you speak to like players that have retired, and they talk about strikers that they just couldn't deal with, They talk about Drogba, they'll talk about Henri Carragher, they'll talk about Henri John Terry. I feel like Isaac is going to be one of those strikers that most of the defenders think, you know what, boy, this guy could play. Because he's done it to everyone. It's not just Saliba, he's done it to Van Dijk. So if he can do it to Van Dijk, there's no hiding. Anyone can get it. But it is a shame because, we've relied so heavily on our defence, and it just seemed so disjointed, such shambles, mistakes galore. But like we said, we can't go too hard on them. They've done so much. They saved us so much.
I'll tell you what I was a little bit disappointed with, though. Listen, it was always going to be a hard task. Going to Newcastle in the second leg of the Carabao Cup.
Yeah.
You're 2-0 down. I mean, a lot of people said we lost it in the first leg. You're 2-0 down, you're at Newcastle, you know what up there is like, it's a cauldron, the fans were like making enough noise. The Arsenal fans are stuck up in the gods, the way they do it there, and Newcastle were bang up for that game, you could see it.
Yeah.
So listen, it was always going to be a difficult task, but I would say this, I was disappointed with our approach.
In what way?
So I think I should expand upon this. So watching that game yesterday, and when the game finished, 3 things were kind of going through my mind. One, was we tired after the Sunday? I'll let you answer. Let me go through the 3.
Go.
And then I'll ask you to respond.
Yeah, go.
Were the team tired physically and mentally? You know what I mean? Were we on a bit of a come down from Sunday's game where we played so well, beat Man City? There was all the stuff around the celebrations and the furore and all the rest of it. Yeah. Did that kind of emotionally take a little bit out of the players, physically and mentally? So that by the time they arrived at Newcastle, a couple of days later, they were a bit flat. Was there a negativity after the transfer window? The luck of business and the negativity that was kind of surrounded the club.
Okay.
Did that play a part? I mean, they seem to be suggesting that in the watch-along we did yesterday. I know James kept going on about it. Turkish was going on about it. Was there a bit of negativity following that?
Yeah.
Or was it simply a case, and this is the elephant in the room, did we spew it? In old money, did we bottle it? I mean, was it one of them where we turned up and we didn't quite fancy it? Newcastle were on one and we just couldn't match them?
Yeah.
Is it any of those three, or is it a combination of all three? I mean, or was it something else? You tell me.
You make 3 good points. I listened to Arteta after the game, and he spoke about being emotionally fatigued, the players. The fact that after that monumentous performance against Man City, there was a different type of energy that they needed to combat Newcastle. And he said Newcastle, they bring a different type of energy, and we couldn't reach it, we couldn't match it. So I think he was being honest in the sense that we put so much effort into. There was a lot of emotions tied. I remember we were saying it pre-match for the City game. We need to detach that. I feel like we did before the game, but then during the game, we kind of exercised everything, and we were so depleted emotionally. So then when it came to, we got to build ourselves up and go up north to Newcastle, the boys just didn't have it. And you saw it from kickoff. We saw the ball was bouncing everywhere, hot potato. So yeah, that is true. The second point you mentioned, where you're talking about transfers. If I'm a player, and I've been in a situation like this, not obviously professionally, but just playing for a team, and you're covering other men, and you got players, you haven't got your main man, you haven't got a striker, you haven't got people there, you're doing a lot more. And the last thing you need to hear is that, so-and-so's not turning up. Okay, Sunday League. Imagine, Hackney Marshes, people. Yeah. So, no goalkeeper. No goalkeeper. Oh, man, no again. So who's going in goal? So it's, no left back, or there's no centre mid, there's no striker. So mentally, you're already thinking, I'm going to have to do extra. I'm going to have to do more. I feel like that's what Arteta's asked of these players throughout the season. And I just think they were just like, you know what, we're done, man. Yeah. And the one hope that they were thinking, they were like, you know what, we're hearing all this transfer who this, we could get someone else in. They're looking at rival teams, they're doing business. January done, no transfers. And they're like, it's like a deflating of a balloon. They're just like, we haven't got anything left. So yeah, you was right where you said the Dubai trip probably has come at the right time. But like I said, I just feel like it's going to still delay the inevitable. We may go on a run, or we may do well in a few games.
Do you think Arsenal bottled it, though, yesterday?
I feel like they, in certain sense, yeah. I do. I feel like, don't give me a performance like that against City. Don't rise to the occasion for a North London derby. And then when it matters, the whole reason I'm looking to my right in my peripheral, trophies, mate. Yeah. That's what we do it for. Not just so we can have bragging rights or Miles Lewis Skelly can do the yoga poses, so we can win trophies. So that's why I understand the rival fans in terms of...
No, but even as a fan myself, I was forced to ask myself that question. I guess the other point that I left out should be point number 4. Are Newcastle just a bogey team for Arsenal? Have they become a bogey team? Because, like I said, we played them 3 times this season. We've not laid a glove on them. We've not even scored a goal. Even when we played them at our place, they beat us comfortably. Is Eddie Howe and Newcastle just got one over on us?
No, it's true. Yeah. They've got our number. It used to be Stoke, maybe your Bolton. It's true. It used to be Stoke, it used to be Bolton. Now it's your Aston Villas and it's Newcastle. Credit to Eddie Howe, like I said yesterday in my interview, they played well. They over both legs or over the last 3 fixtures I've watched them against us, they've turned up for us. And you can't doubt that. So,
and Isak and Gordon have been tremendous. But we should make the point, and we have done. It's not just Isak and Gordon, because we've not scored again. No. So they've kept us out of the back as well.
They kept us at bay, then they still put us to the sword. And that's the difference now when you're playing at this elite level and when you've got clinical finishes up top. His disallowed goal, amazing. The goal, obviously, that Jacob scored. Obviously, the strike. Murphy with his left foot. You saw the way he finessed the ball. You can't.
They were good, man. Listen, shout out to Newcastle.
Well done, Newcastle.
They did their thing. I actually hope they go on and win it.
They better.
After all that,
they better.
Otherwise, you're going to get accused, Newcastle, of what we get accused of. It's all right winning the odd game here and there. We've got to go on and win the thing now. I mean, they got to the final a couple of years ago.
Yes,
they lost. So let's hope they go on now and win.
I'm wearing black and white for a reason, Newcastle. So don't let me down. Don't let me down.
But in terms of Arsenal, man, it was a chastening experience. It was a very bad night. I personally felt very deflated last night. Maybe it's a good thing we didn't do this show immediately after the game.
It probably, it was.
Because it was,
the energy was really...
I had trouble going to bed because I thought, man, this is such a poor... See, the thing is, it's not just losing. There's a way to lose. If we'd have gone up there and give it a good argument, and we'd have come up short, I'd have said, you know what, blah, blah,
The boys
blah.
tried their best.
Yeah, but yesterday, man, I'm not saying they weren't trying, but it just weren't there.
Yeah.
But anyway, moving forward.
Yes, sir.
The question is, where do they go from here? Well, of course, the next place they go to is Dubai. They're going there at the weekend. And no, they're not going for holiday and going sightseeing and all that. They're going there for some warm weather training, to chill out a little bit and to, regroup, rejuvenate and come again. Because after they come back, the next 3 Premier League games they've got coming up are quite crucial. And I'll just go through them. On Saturday, the 15th of February, they've got Leicester away. Which, they should win, but, Leicester away, they're fighting for their lives. So that could be a difficult game. Then following week, they've got West Ham at home. Now, we have, we should beat West Ham. Again, it's a bit like Leicester, should beat them, but in the past, West Ham have caused us problems. They beat us last season.
Yeah, they're another bogey team, to be honest, we didn't mention.
Yeah. And, of course, the week after that now, we've got a hell of a game against Forest. That's a midweek game. It's away. It's a midweek game. It's on a Wednesday, on the 29th of Feb.
Oh, my gosh.
So, Qualms, I guess my question to you is, how do we bounce back from this? What do we do? Because we didn't sign anyone in the transfer window.
No.
What happens from here on in? What should we do?
We obviously, they're licking their wounds now. I'm pretty sure they looked quite upbeat. I watched the photos, the footage. They're all smiling. I guess they've kind of removed that result from last night, but they're probably licking their wounds. Martinelli now is another injury upset that we've got. So hopefully those couple.
I know he had
days,
a scan. What's the latest on that?
It's just to do with the hamstring, but they're saying a few weeks. So I'll probably write him off for. I don't think the Leicester game he'll be available for, in my opinion. No. But, I mean, going forward, they just, like you said, you use some key words, rejuvenate, regalvanise the squad. Arteta's got a big job. He's got to refocus the squad. He maybe had their focus for part of the season, but we lost it in that, especially in this game, just gone. But it's Leicester. We have to look towards Leicester. So hopefully not only are they looking at sightseeing or whatever, they're actually preparing for Leicester, because Leicester is no easy feat. Obviously they got the Jamie Vardy, and Vardy likes to score against Arsenal.
Well, they're fighting for their lives.
They're
so
fighting
I
for
don't
their
expect them
lives.
to roll over. And if they did roll over, it's because we made them.
Well, I hope so.
They're not going to, I
hope so. But what else? He's kind of out of tricks. I don't know. What else can he do? He can do his motivational talks. He can tell them how important it is and the whole world is against us. But I just think he's got a mountain to climb now. It's so much. And, Liverpool, they're playing tonight against Spurs. If Liverpool go on to win that, they're going to be... Their tails, again, I've said it before, but their tails are going to be so up. They're doing so well. So I just feel like we're just climbing, and it's like we're losing our footing, and Liverpool have got a rope. They're like, oh, you all right down there? You okay?
And of course, the other thing is, the reason why we've got a free weekend is because we were knocked out the FA Cup by Man United. I mean, I was at that game. That was another chasing experience.
Yeah, that was
especially to get by this version of United, which the manager's saying is the worst of all time.
Yeah.
They beat us at our own ground. Okay, it was on penalties, but even so,
and they haven't been informed. So
they haven't.
Yeah,
so we're out the FA Cup. We're out the Carabao Cup.
We've just
the
got
league
the
is looking a little bit forlorn. I've got to admit, we're not out of it.
Champions League,
and we've got the Champions League. So,
you just quickly, you asked me a question, and you said, "Do you think we'll do well Champions League wise and the Premier League now, given the squad that we have, given what you've seen? Do you feel like we'll get further in the Champions League?"
I would say this with the Champions League football. This is something that I've noticed. I think the style of football that we play is probably more suited towards the Champions League at the moment than it is the Premier League, with the build-up play and sometimes the over-deliberation.
Right.
I think that style could work well in the Champions League. Obviously, there's some very good teams in the Champions League, and it's like, again, over 2 legs as well. You got to beat these teams. So in the latter stages, so are we favourites for the competition? Hell no. Can we put in a good run and do well in the competition? Yes, I think we're capable of that. I guess we'll have to wait and see. But I wouldn't have thought that the Champions League is something that we would be favoured to win. No. I'm just saying that the style of football we're playing at the moment, we appear to be doing well in the Champions League.
The only thing you just reminded me now, the only thing that I can kind of look forward to is that the last time we was here last season and we went on our break, when we came back, we went on an amazing run.
Yes, yeah.
Could this be the moment now? I don't know, but yeah,
I reckon you make a very good point, and I think the manager's gonna. I mean, he always plays a big role, but this is where he's gonna earn his money.
Yeah.
Because at the moment, okay, you would say the players were smiling and looking good and all that stuff, but deep down they'll be hurting after what happened yesterday. So it's very important that this trip, they get together, do some bonding and have some meetings and get things out in the open and come back refreshed and rejuvenated, man. Because this latter part of the season now is all to play for.
Squeaky bum time.
It is. And they're going to have to show up and show out.
Yeah.
And, I mean, like you said, the last time we went to Dubai, we came back, went on a nice long run. Yeah. It's going to have to be the same this time. You know what I mean?
Asking too much, though. From what I saw, Kai Havertz and, the lack of finishing, we're going to have to heavily rely on him, Raheem Sterling as well. Yeah. I know that Max Dowman was featured on the flight, and then a young goalkeeper as well, but we're really leaning on these academy boys now. It's a lot to ask. It's a lot to ask, but...
So, in short, man, they're going to have to... it's not rocket science. It's just going to be man management.
Yeah.
Because we're, 2/3 of the way through the season, so, the time for fitness and all that is all done.
Yeah, yeah.
They're going to have a mindset going forward and say, right, we've effed up in the domestic competitions, but we got the league and we got the Champions League.
Champions League, yeah.
Let's go at it, man. Let's give everything and see how we go.
Let's hope so, man. Yeah. Let's hope so.
So, in wrapping up, have you got anything else to add on that?
Just the players' rest. I mean, like I said, it's just more. I think this is now, like you said, it's past the physical. I think it's more the mental toughness now that they need to have. And this is where we'll see if they really learned from last season. And we just have to take it game by game. They've done a lot for us, but disappointment towards the end. We'll have to kind of wipe the board and refresh it, and then we'll judge them based on their performance against Leicester.
Well said.
Yeah. There
you have it, fam. We'll go again.
Can't say much.
Rest.
Yes.
Recuperate. Yep. Rejuvenate, and let's go.
All of us.
Absolutely. But Quams, big up. Thanks for coming in.
Yeah,
Thanks to you guys for watching. If you're new here to the channel, LL Sports TV, please like, share, and subscribe.
Yes.
Catch you in the next one. Take care. Bye.